Welcome, welcome, welcome. I want to say to you that just when I think I have it, I don't. But it's okay. Bear with me. Here it is. Got it. Okay. Here it is. Thank you guys for your patience. And I just want to say welcome to Unscripted with Kim Can. This is your girl, Kim, and I'm grateful, thankful, blessed that you're here with me tonight. This podcast is inspired by real conversations from the passenger seat of life, many of them beginning right in my rideshare car. Sometimes strangers share pieces of what they're going through, of their lives that stay with me long after the rideshare ends. So, with permission, I bring those real stories here on this podcast so we can listen, reflect, and grow together. Because sometimes the most powerful conversations happen between people who didn't even expect to meet or have these conversations. I'm Kim, and this is Unscripted with Kim Can. All right, so we're going to get started today by putting up a banner. All right, that's what I'm going to do. Welcome to Unscripted with Kim Can. These conversations are real, the stories are raw, and nothing is rehearsed in my car. Bars. Last episode, we went deep into faith and family dynamics when you're growing in your faith. If you were with me, you felt the tension that resulted in prayer and laughter, and then the story a young woman shared about her faith journey. But tonight, we're shifting just a little, but still on family dynamics. Because last week, in my rideshare car, I kept hearing the same thing in different voices. People taking care of everyone else, spouses, kids, parents, jobs, expectations, and nobody is asking them if they're okay. So tonight's conversation is simple but powerful. Who takes care of the caregiver? I have a feeling this one is going to hit a little closer than you expect. So I want you to chime in and listen. But before we get started with the conversation, I want to ask you this question that I'd like you to think about before I start my rideshare conversation with Jackie. So the question I want to prompt to you right now, I want you to answer it if you can listen to the conversation at the same time, if you're able. Here's the question. Are you, let me see if I can find it. I think I put it in banner. There we go. Are you the strong one in your family? If you are, then why? And you can even go deeper. If you're not the strong one in your family, then who is and why? All right. So you answer that question. That's just one of the questions. I'm hoping I can prompt some more questions as well. But let's get started with the conversation. in my car. Yeesh. Let's see. I'm going to start. Now I got to cut and paste, but here we go. Listen to this. And if you want to chime in and just ask a question or two, or just insert your thoughts, you can do that too. All right. Can't get it where I want it. All right. Let me see. Here we go.
Yes, but I grew up in low income family, low socioeconomic status, right? Same thing. And we had to take care of our parents, value them, and things like that. So both my parents, my mom had middle school education, and my pops was in the military, but he had high school education. So I ended up taking care of. I also had 3 siblings. Okay. My mom got sick, just like how you're telling me your mom got sick, right? So I think I was like, I had 4 kids. I think I was like in my mid-20s. I was with my high school sweetheart. Right. And he still wanted to do one thing. And so I had to step in and become mom and dad, right? Mm-hmm. But I was like that too when I was growing up, because my parents had to work all the time. Right? Yes. So I thought that was okay to take care of other people. Yeah.
So can you relate to that? Share something in the comments if you've been in that situation and you can relate to that. Well, Charmaine, she says, I am the strong one in my family. Let's see if I can show that. I believe with the example I received from my mother, who was the bravest, strongest, most loving person ever. She taught me never to give up. Wow. Thanks for sharing that, Charmaine. I too can relate to that. I felt like I learned a lot from just not just my mom, but my auntie as well. And I saw how strong and powerful they were, and resilient, and how they persevered through it all. And I was in awe, like, wow. Especially my mom. She was a single mom, and she did a lot. And I felt like she took care of her family at all cost. And we talk about later in this conversation, but yeah, she did. So let's continue. But I just wanted to know, who's the strong one in your family? It was my mom for sure. Uh, she made sure that we were taken care of for sure. Here we go.
Because it became my identity, right? Until I ran out of gas. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. So someone growing up from a low-income family with the education my parents had, I was very fortunate and blessed throughout the years where a lot of teachers have helped me throughout the years. I almost actually dropped out of high school because my son, I had him in high school. So I almost dropped out of high school, but I had teachers who actually helped me stay in school because they didn't like pregnant girls in school, especially in the area I was in. But anyways.
So are you listening? I don't know if you grasped it in the beginning. And hello, Trina and Majors. I don't know who that is. I don't know your name. If you can tell me who you are, it says, hey, family. Appreciate you being on live with me. I don't know if you were listening in the beginning. In her mid-20s, like fresh out of high school, 4 kids with her boo, who did not partake in being a parent right away. That's a lot. That's a lot. I meant she was the one. She was the caregiver for her husband. She was a caregiver for her kids, all 4. And there's more. And here we go.
So 4 kids in, same guy in high school. My mom got sick because she had to work her fingers to the bone to raise 4 kids as well. I was taking care of her, making sure she didn't lose her house. And then my other half at the time was living his life, and I was taking care of everybody, so we separated.
Oh.
And I was young when we separated, and I was blessed because I worked in the financial industry during that time, and I finished college and everything like that. That's how you know when you're a caregiver, because you have to do the things that you need to do to take care of everybody around you, no matter at the cost. But we grew up thinking that's what it is, right?
Yes.
Until one day you just can't anymore. Your body totally just gives up on you.
I was in the hospital.
Right. You're fortunate.
And I said that really quick because I wanted her to continue her story. But I wanted to break now to let you know, yes, I was one of those caregivers that gave it all. I just shared with someone just recently. I don't know why I'm about to tear up. But anyway, just recently, it was this week. Today's Monday. Come on, Kim. I think it was this morning. That's why. That I was a caregiver for everyone in every way because that's just who I thought I needed to be. But we'll share that a little later because she talks about that. But all in all, we tend to take on that load. We tend to take on that responsibility. I will never call it a burden, never, because it's not. It's what we're equipped to do. It's who we are. That's how we live. That's how we roll. And so listen to her story because her mom got sick and she had to take care of mom too, in addition to the 4 kids, in addition to the partner that didn't help. That didn't help the situation.
I was fortunate at that time because I worked for financial industry, but they were like, hey, take as much time as you need, you still get full pay, you take care of yourself. But I had no idea that was available.
Wow.
Therapy, FMLA, all that, no idea, because guess what? I grew up from a low income, where my parents worked so much to raise kids, and they didn't have
There was no time.
Right. Yes. No idea. Right? This whole world of financial industry, people who are in there, people who go to these real Ivy League schools and everything, I had no idea all this is available.
Wow.
Like therapy, you can take off FMLA, short-term disability. That's what we pay that insurance for.
Wow.
So I was able to get the time and get myself together.
Yes.
To have 4 kids. But during that time, because our community, more than likely, you agree with me, you come from the same community.
Yes.
Didn't believe in therapy. No.
Right. We didn't believe in therapy back then. And still to this day, there's a lot of people that don't believe in therapy. They don't believe that they need the help. They don't believe that they can end up in the hospital like I did with an absent seizure. Why? Because I thought I was Superwoman. I thought I could do it all. I thought I could just maintain my lifestyle here in Arizona and continue to take care of my mom by myself with help along the way. But for the most part, it was I can do this easy, piece of cake. I got this. And then when the doctor said, Kim, you know what? Whatever you're doing, you need to stop because the next time won't be so nice to you. You got lucky this time. I was like, blessed, but thank you. And he's like, well, if you want to say blessed, that's fine. But I feel like if you don't get it right now, then you're not going to be here tomorrow. You're not going to make it another episode of an absent seizure. You won't make it the next time. So whatever you're doing, you need to change it. You need to stop. And I was like, nope, can't do. Take care of my mom. I'm all she has. And not only am I taking care of my mom, but I got to take care of my overhead, my mortgage, my all of that. So I'll try, but yeah. And I did. I succeeded. I figured out a way to sleep at night because I was only getting 2 hours of sleep. But at the end of the day, I never seeked therapy at that time. And I know I needed it at that time. I do it now because I need to vent. I need to get things off my chest. I need to understand. And it's funny because my oldest like, Mom, you need therapy because you're borderline insane. Look it up in the dictionary. You keep doing the same thing, looking for a different result, and it ain't changed. So bottom line is, therapy is necessary, in my opinion. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a counselor. I don't have the expertise, but in my opinion, I feel like it was necessary for me. Let me say that, and I feel like it's a big thing that could help anyone along the way because we need it. My BFF Trina, she always she's an advocate for therapy. It's a must needed thing in her opinion as well. And she can chime in and speak on her behalf, but yeah. But I'm just saying in general, yeah, we got to do it. Here's more about and you need to learn about what's free out there, what's affordable out there as far as therapy and help and FMLA and all of that. You need to know all of that and take advantage of it because it's available for us. And like episodes prior, you had Troy Marsaw on I think it was episode 3, I want to say, but he talked about therapy and the mental health of our country right now. It's it's big. There's a lot of mental health crisis going on, and it's much needed as far as getting the help mentally, physically, emotionally. I'm talking all of it. So we gotta dig a little deeper and get the help that we need, whether it's with alcohol or drug abuse or sexual abuse or just being overloaded with being a caregiver, being there for everybody. I can't go deep, but I can say that I feel like if we knew it way back when, because I never knew my grandma, my mom's mom, because she died of a heart attack. Now, why do you think that happened? Because we as women, we take on so much that people just don't receive it, accept it, or even acknowledge it. And it's hard because we're trying to be there for everybody, doing everything because that's what we're built for as women. But at the end of the day, we need somebody there for us. And I'm teary eyed because not just my mom's mom, who died of a heart attack, and I feel it's because she worked really hard and did a lot for everybody and sacrificed her life, not knowing. But my mom did the same. She did. Even with her dementia, even with her dementia and being deaf, she protected me even through that. Here in Arizona, you be careful. I drop her off at day center. Be careful. I can go with you. No, 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 Mom. You'll be fine. I'll be fine, is what I said. I'll be fine. You go ahead and have a good time and have fun with your friends, and I'll pick you up later. She she was a caregiver to the very end. When my mom on her dying bed told me with a tear in her eye that she was sorry, she said, "I'm sorry. My heart hurts. Sorry, I have to go." She was looking out for me then. On her deathbed, guys. Women, we take on a lot. Most of us women do. When we're sick, you don't even know it until we can't bear it anymore. But I'm telling you, as caregivers, let me backtrack. Let me say this. As women, we are the ultimate caregivers. I say that uh, wholeheartedly and sternly because I truly believe we are. We're stronger than any. I won't say it, but we're strong. Women are extremely strong. And I had a banner I want to share with you, and it's a question. Here it is. Do you feel seen or just needed? As a caregiver, I'm talking about. Because as a caregiver, we don't even think about being seen. We just know that we're needed. That's my answer. What's yours? What's your answer? Let me continue the conversation I had with Jackie. Oh, Trina chimed in and she said, "We have been taught that asking for help is weakness." There she is. That's my BFF. It takes real courage. Here it is. It takes real courage to admit we need help. And I feel this is what I feel. There's no statistics or anything, but men tend to hide their feelings. Uh, I don't want to say more than we do as women, but more than we do as women. However, we hide as women, I feel, we hide all that we have to do, and we just do it with pride, with dignity, with respect, because we feel we have to. And as men, I don't know. I would have to get a man to chime in on that one. But as women, yeah, we need therapy too. And I know men primarily probably feel that getting help is a sign of weakness. But I can tell you that for me, I didn't want help because I didn't think I needed it. I just didn't. I didn't feel like it was a sign of weakness for me. I just felt it was just something I didn't need because I'm strong. I can do this. Because all my life, I've been taking care of someone. I can continue to take care of everyone except, guess who? Me. I wasn't taking care of me. And that's where I needed the therapy. So thank you, Trina, for that comment. And thank you, Charmaine, for saying that I have a beautiful heart. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love hard. I love deep. I love complete. Yes, I don't know any other way to be. And yes, I'm a big baby. But do you feel seen or just needed? And Majors P2Y says, "Great message to end Women's History Month." Wow, I didn't think about that. So thank you for that. I totally didn't. I go with the flow. I act like I know. I can't keep up with all y'all. I just can't. But thank you for that comment. I appreciate you. But let's go back to the question. Let's see if it'll come back up. Yes. Do you feel seen or just needed? Let's listen to Jackie some more.
We did not.
Yes. So
We're black, y'all. We're black.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. So it is believe in therapy. Like I went to therapy because for some reason God gave me grace and favor to give me education to be around people. People thought I came from an Ivy League school. They had no idea where I came from. So through therapy and that whole world made me realize I didn't need to be a caregiver. It made me realize that these are grown people that I'm taking care of. The only people that I have to take care of are the kids.
That's it. And yourself.
Yes, yeah, that was at first. That part about my kids and then myself, it took me a while to do that.
Amen.
Yeah, so I'm here, separated. My mom is sick. They're about to lose their house. They moved in. My parents moved in with me. I didn't get to heal from the separation because my mom was sick. They found out she had lupus, which is weird because in our community, the health, because you got to work so much and, take care of this and that, whatever. And nobody knew about, all this other stuff that was going on here to help therapy, help, short-term disability, those type things. And then once I started realizing this and putting this all together, that I found out that actually, it was toxic what I was doing. Just like we said, we were putting ourselves last. But then it's weird because people say, if, take care of yourself, we take care of others. It never really resonated with me ever because we grew up being like, we grew up just caring for others, So it never really resonated. I felt like it was selfish, but it's not. That was the story.
My little thing that I would always say was joy. Jesus first, others, and then yourself, and you'll always have joy.
That was another thing too, because that religion sits into, and then you're like feeling bad because you're like, am I going to go against that? Because you're stewardess, we're stewards of everything, like religion, and then like how I came up, and family is everything, and didn't realize that family was the one that was bringing me down. And it was at that point I felt like I had to be reborn again when I found out all of that, like just that fantasy that you see this world in. It was like I jumped out of that story and that fantasy, and then I started creating my own.
Look at you.
And then you have to face it first. Like you have to question how you see the world.
You know how I saw the world? I saw the world as, well, if I give to you, you give back. Oh. If I do this, you'll do that.
Right.
If you see that I am all in and I got your back, you have mine.
And how did it turn out for you?
That's funny. How did it turn out? It was tough. It was tough because you pour into them. You pour into them, and then you forget about your cup being empty. You just don't recognize it because you want so much for so many, and all those that are in your circle. You want the best for them. You want to do for them. Let me see what we got. Oh, yes. We have a man that chimed in, Rex. Thank you so much for being a part of this podcast. He goes back with men who need help don't know how to feel the pain and allow it to run its course so that we can become clear to allow God to help us navigate through trials typically. Wow. Thank you for that. He also said, men don't know how to be masculine and vulnerable at the same time. I get it. Wow, that's deep. And we needed to hear from a man because we as women, we feel like we take on all of the burdens, all of the problems, all of the situations for the household, to make sure that everyone is good, especially the kids, especially our parents. We're just nurturers. That's just who we are. But I get it, Rex. I hear you. I'm going back to it. You don't feel the pain. You don't know how to, because you've been programmed not to. Yeah, suck it up. Deal with it. We ain't got time for tears. As a man, you can't cry. So that's what we grew up with. Men don't cry. Men don't have feelings. Just that they're rugged. So it's hard to be able to be vulnerable and masculine at the same time. So thank you for that, Rex. I appreciate you. Majors, P2I. Is that? I feel as a man, it's more. Oh, okay. Is this Ashby? I feel as a man, it's more important to feel needed and to make sure a partner always feels seen. Is this my son, Kyle? But there are times where those roles should switch. So he says he feels it as a man, it's more important to feel needed. Okay. Oh, I get that. I totally get that. And to make sure our partner always feels seen. Okay. But there are times where those roles should be switched. Yes. So I can relate to that. And what you're saying, in my opinion, what I'm taking from that is that we need to be seen and heard. We need to feel like we're important as a partner. So not only are we wanting to be seen, but we want to feel a part of the relationship, that we matter too. I get that. Thanks for sharing that. And it should go vice versa. You're 100% correct. Thank you for that. Thank you. I'm loving these comments, guys. Thank you so much. But when was the last time someone checked on you? While you're thinking about that, let me continue.
I have a new revelation.
Exactly. But
No.
still kind
Self-love
of
first.
Yes, self-love.
Self-love.
So we can keep going. So I am thinking, and everything happens for a reason, and I know. Now I'm putting out 3 women in this world that understand that before I even understood.
The 3 women are her daughters, just so you know. And we're talking about pouring out. But then we gotta make sure that our cup is filled as well.
At the age that I was. Wow. So they're even ahead. And these are minority women.
Wow. Her daughters.
The daughters would be a police officer. One is a flight attendant. The other one is a nurse.
You're talking about your children.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like that was my whole mission, is to just break that cycle.
Yes.
Break the cycle. Break the cycle of pouring into yourself. Break the cycle of getting help when you need it. You got to break the cycle. We can't keep on keeping on. We can't do what our grandmas and our moms and great grandmas did back in the day. We got to break the cycle. We got to figure this thing out in today's world and how we're living today.
Because that pain, they're going to go through their pains. Everybody goes through heartbreak and things like that. But if I can get them a little bit more ahead and out of that cycle that we grew up in our community, that's what makes me go to sleep. That's what makes me look forward, to the future. And then you have a son. I have a son.
2 boys. I have 2 boys. Yeah.
Right?
2 men. 2 men, actually.
2 men. Yeah. Men.
That's a whole nother topic.
Mine, I prayed on my son. I was like, I hope, because the only person he saw was his uncles and his, father or whatever. And I was like, in the community, usually they go one way or the other way, and it's totally left, totally right.
Mm-hmm.
So some of them went left. Like my brothers dropped out of school, but they went and got their GEDs and turned their lives around and stuff. And they actually attributed that to me because you think there's a reason why you give so much. It eventually comes back.
Amen.
And it's not the way you think, and everybody gets stuck in the way they think. We're not in control. And you forget that, right?
Gotta let go of that wheel. That's what my book's about. Yeah.
Right. So my brothers bring it back and say, hey, if it wasn't for you and seeing you, how the strength that you had.
My boys tell me that all the time. Mom, you're the strongest woman I know.
And you would think, like you said, a man's supposed to be strong and take care of everything. But no, women, we are that foundation.
There we go.
We're
that
that
part.
Foundation.
We totally are.
That part.
And so my son actually, a whole bunch of women he grew up with, right? It was just him. And then he actually played football and everything. So he had mentors and things like that. And he got a full-ride scholarship at ASU with a Obama scholar.
Yay! Congratulations.
Although he went through his own thing and got caught up in the whole party situation, but he brought himself back together.
Okay, good.
He's now a project manager.
So he finished strong.
Yes, he finished strong. So he's now a project manager, and get this with the project manager though, because he knows how our community needs to thrive.
Yeah.
He's in a place where he has a voice to be like, no, we're not going to build that in that community. No, I don't want this in this community. I'm going to call this community, I'm going to call these companies and see if they can build it over here in this community. Healthy food places.
So she goes on about her son and how and her daughters and how they have became successful with her just pushing and sharing what they need to do, how they need to proceed with life. We can't do it like Grandma did it. You can't do it like I did it. We got to do it better. And it's deep. But I want to go a little further into slowing down, because we're running out of time. I'm going to start with slowing down. We had a long conversation. Let me see if this will do it. Yes. Here we go. And if you can answer, when was the last time someone checked on you as a caregiver? You as a caregiver. But here we go, slowing down.
Is this how peace feels like?
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how boredom feels like.
No, we don't.
We've
never experienced
to learn to be bored.
Thank you.
Being bored, it's like
a turn off.
Yeah.
Like, no, I won't do that. No, I'm good.
Right?
I'm good.
It's like, this is how bored feels like.
I don't want it.
Yeah.
and my friends, my boys, Kim, slow down. Breathe, Kim. I am breathing. No, you're not. No, you haven't slowed down. No, you don't need to go to this meeting right after brunch today. You don't have to go to that meeting.
How do you guys feel about that? Because I have everybody in my circle telling me I need to slow down. And I'm like, Jackie, I don't know how to slow down. It just doesn't make sense to me. I'm the Energizer Bunny. I keep on going until I just fall flat. That's all I got. Bars. So I don't think that's what I wanted to play though for you guys. But let me go fast forward a little bit, because this part is pertinent. This is important. Let me see if I can start it right here.
I was like, okay, I can do this. I didn't realize I could, but I can. You don't have to have everything perfect. You don't have to do everything for everybody.
Exactly.
And you have to learn to say no.
Yeah.
And I was yes. Okay, if you need me, I'll make it work.
Right.
I'll fix it. Mm-hmm. Nah, we ain't gotta do that.
But we were taught that later in life. It was like self-actualization. We were taught that later in life. Like, because in our community, it was take care of your family. You see it a lot. A lot of our people in our community, they're doing things to take care of their family, except it might be the wrong way. They're doing it by all means necessary.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm not even going to go there with that.
No, because
And all means necessary, we know what that means. Yeah, we do what we have to do because we have to do it, in our opinions. So Charmaine, she says taking care of others is what we are called to do as Christians. We also need to practice and maintain balance in our lives set aside and make it a priority to not feel guilty for you. So we mustn't feel guilty when we have self-love, when we think about what we need, because at the end of the day, if we don't, who will, right? I mean, if we're not thinking about what we need, and I think that was the question I had, wasn't it? Let's see. Yeah. When was the last time someone checked on you? When was the last time someone checked on me? Because if I'm there for everybody and they think that I'm okay, no one even asks, "Are you okay, Kim? How you doing today?" I have a beautiful circle of friends and family that do check on me, that do make sure that I'm okay. And I appreciate that. And Charmaine also said, you have to set aside time for yourself and to stay healthy in mind, spirit, and body. Now, if I had that advice, you know what? I did. I had that advice and I didn't take heed. And that's how I ended up in the hospital. But let me see if we can finish the conversation that Jackie had. I want to see if I could end on what I needed to end on because we got a little more time. Okay.
it gets you in trouble.
Yeah.
And it
all means necessary is what they do. And people who don't live the way we live don't understand that.
No, they don't.
It doesn't I was in education for about 10 years and I was a safe place for our community because a lot of educators, they don't know the things that they are doing as far as like discrimination or things like that.
She's just talking about, I'm going to try to cut that short. She's talking about, discrimination and how people will say, well, you're different, so we have to treat you different. No. I'm different because of the color of my skin? Nah, we ain't doing that. And so she was in that position to where she could state her opinion and get it done. But let me see. Let's go back to caregiving because I think I brought that up.
not heard. So
Exactly.
I mean, my son 1 year said, and so
When she just actually broke up that age, and I said,
She's talking about her
doing
daughter.
this, doing that.
Daggone it. All right, let me see. Let me see if I can find it.
build and make sure that our kids are taken care of and not have to go through what we went through with
Right.
poverty and things like that.
Right.
So
Yep, we're still talking about that. Let me see.
or either.
Mm-hmm.
So then it's like, okay, my vagina belongs to Jesus,
Oops. Oh
but quite
gosh.
different. My own self. I can have my own peace. That's going to be a swim. We nah. So what do you do as a caregiver? What do we do now?
There we go.
With our life, because we don't have to take care of the man anymore, Jacqueline.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to take care of the kids anymore. I mean, we guide them still, but
Yeah.
we don't have to truly take care of them. They're on their own.
Right.
And I no longer am taking care of my mom, which that hurt my heart for 4 months straight. I'm still breathing, but I have no one to take care of but myself. How about you, Jacqueline? What we got going on?
So that emptiness feeling, and Kim, let me tell you, when you know exactly what you want, it's on the way.
Ooh, I do know exactly what I want.
Because
Yes, Jesus loves me.
yes, I did do did though?
What?
It sounds, Viola Davis actually did it too, because I heard her book. And
Finding Me?
yeah. I wrote down everything I wanted in a man.
Wow.
Put it in my Bible. And I got it.
How long did it take?
It took, when I finally settled down and said, I don't want to deal with these weirdos out here. Right. I just wrote it down, and it actually was like instant. Like it wasn't too long.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what my problem is? And it's in my book, SOS Stuck on Stupid, because I'm still stuck on a little,
Well, you're still going through grieving and stuff. So
yes.
Once you get to a point where there's clarity, because you still got some grieving.
Because I didn't have,
I got to a point where like I really like was reborn. Like I really felt like I had to learn how to walk, learn how to crawl, then walk, then like literally felt like I had to start all over again.
So I get it. I hear you.
Right.
So what was happening with me was I was taking care of my mom so much so that she was at the top of the list. It was like, yeah, I can go out with you, but not tonight because, you know, I don't have a sitter for my mom. I don't have a caregiver.
Yeah.
So, but maybe next week.
Right.
That didn't work for the men.
Right.
And so, and my mom was priority.
Yeah.
That was my clarity. She was priority.
Still grieving.
And now I'm, yeah.
You have to be clear. Like you have to, you know how you said, who do I take care of now? Right. That has to go anywhere.
Well, girl, I already answered my question. I ain't got to take care of nobody but myself.
Exactly.
Self-love right now.
And it feels good. But because we still have that in the back of our head of, we feel being selfish. We find somebody else to take care of. No.
I'm being selfish. No, this self-love, it feels good.
So once you have the clarity and once you're fully healed,
yes.
Because a lot of people were like, my ex, I could have got burned into the ground, but I just said, I don't know why, but something told me to say, just forgive him now. Forgive him now so you can move on. So I was healing faster from that portion of my life.
Me too. Because he asked for divorce.
Oh gosh, that is not where I wanted to be. I wanted her to conclude caregiving, and that ties into it a little bit, but not to the extent that I wanted to share with you tonight. So let me see if I could fast forward just a little bit. I got like maybe 5 minutes left in her conversation.
In her right mind, she didn't have dementia. She would tell you to live your life and live it to the fullest, especially now that you're divorced.
Right.
So, Mom, you need to do you. And I was like, no, I need to take care of my mom. They're like, okay, so you ended up in the hospital. You survived the absent seizure, so you gonna do it again? Who's gonna take care of grandma when you're not here?
Okay,
And I think that's
fast forward.
But your new boo has shown them an example of
educated. He's educated too.
Sweet.
So, but I had to fully heal myself from my parents, from the time that I felt like I wasted because you take care of these people, but they always put themselves back in the same situation and you have to take care of them again. It's like, because they're so used to you doing everything. So when I finally healed and understood that that wasn't my job, you know, I mean, my only job, like I said, was my kids and myself. When I finally understood that, I started healing, and I already healed from my ex. Started healing. I wrote those things down on Companion. I said, just send them to me when I'm ready. Wow. And I was ready because this person takes this person, everything that I asked for, he just takes me on how I am. Wow. He's like, a lot of people told me, and you probably know because you're a caregiver, that for some reason when you're around, they feel safe. They feel you calm them. You're basically their lavender. Yes. But who's yours? Right. He's actually mine. No way. I found someone who is more calm and relaxed and just, you know, than anybody I've ever met, because everybody's a hot mess that I've ever
It's like, dude, you had everything going for you but your attitude.
Right. Yeah. So
you had everything going, yeah.
But Kim, like, once you have to fully heal, because you don't want to bring, I mean, we all bring our baggage or whatever, but you don't want to bring heavy baggage that brings you back to the cycle of those thoughts.
Gotcha.
And because you have to be fully done. And this is the same thing I tell my daughters. I'm like, if it's funny seeing my daughters break up with a boyfriend and then they're back together again.
Stuff.
You know what he did to you last time.
I know. Don't do it again. Believe him the first time.
Yeah.
Don't do it again. Believe him the first time.
But that's because they didn't heal.
Yeah.
They didn't allow themselves to heal.
Oh.
And that's what I'm saying to you, because you still have the, like, at the end of the day, it's you. You still have a portion that has to heal, Chad. Because you're still breathing.
And because I probably still want to be a caregiver.
Right.
Because that's all I know.
Yes, once you actually fully, mind, body, and soul, and act that way in your life, that's
God will provide.
That's when it comes in.
Wow.
That's
Thank you,
when
Jacqueline.
it comes in. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh my gosh.
This was a two-way. It wasn't. And by the way, for the record,
yes,
I'm only in Kim's vehicle because my car didn't start this morning.
And your own.
All right. I think that was it. I might have missed the part that I really wanted to play, but I couldn't find it. That's my fault. But I do want to say before we close that this is why I love these conversations, y'all. Because sometimes people don't need advice. They just need to be seen. They need to feel seen. And if nobody told you today, I see you. I appreciate you. And you don't have to carry everything alone. You can always lean and depend on God, who has your back in all things and in all situations. He will never fail you. God is always there. Just believe and put your trust in him and let him guide you along this journey called life, y'all, because life be lifing. And we got to live. This has been Unscripted with Kim Can, where we just have those real, authentic words, conversations amongst strangers, yet human connections. You have any last thoughts? If you do, share it with me in the comments. Not only share that with me, your last final comments, but share this podcast. I might not have the right topic that you're looking for on a specific Monday, but if you let me know what you want to hear, what you're going through, I have those conversations, and I can have that conversation with you. I can chime you in, bring you present live. All right, well, maybe not the same day as live, but we can have it, later. You can say, hey, I want to be on the show. I want to be part of the podcast. I have a story to tell. Then I'll schedule you in. I'll do that for you. Yeah. I just want you to carry this thought with you. The thought that we need to lead with intention. We need to lead with love. And we need to give ourselves grace along the way. We can't do everything for everybody. And most importantly, we have to put, like my boys have always told me, we need to put our oxygen mask on us first before we can put it on anyone else. Because if we're not able and they need help, then none of us win. Thank you for being here with me. You didn't have to, but thanks for taking time out of your busy day. out of your busy schedule to be here live with Kim Can, unscripted with Kim Can. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this podcast with others, especially on the replay. Tell them they can send comments then too. And if you just feel a need to share your story, I'm here for you. I love you. I love you in Jesus' name. I love you because that's just me. And I appreciate you. So if you could share the podcast with others, I would greatly appreciate that. And until next Monday at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, continue to be grateful, thankful, blessed, with much love and peace. Good night, everyone.